People of God, we have a great commission to help change the world. Instead of hate, let's show love that only comes from above. And let's change the world. Let's spread God's love throughout the land. God gave us these great commands.
My last thought is people think that people in our society living in subsidized housing should be judged by where they live, which is not about your characteristic on how you live and where you live. It's about coming together as a community.
And how do you think we should come together as a community?
We should learn how to stick together, pull together for these kids that got to grow up in the society where we live at. Point blank.
Point blank.
Not be judgmental for real.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Ready? In exploring our communities, we quickly find that many of the minds of people are actually in the right way, but we find out that because of where they are, they suffer from a nostalgia that is deeper than what we see with our eyes, but everything that we feel. For instance, looking in Fairfield Court, the majority of people that we see have dreams, have ambition, but they don't know how to appropriate that. So our discovery is to find out what it is that they're wanting to do versus what it is they're not doing. Right. So so are y'all, I'm trying to make this, are some of y'all interested in going to school?
Yeah, I need to finish.
You at 18, you're in the school. So you would be interested in getting your GED, or actually your high school diploma. We get you high school diploma. You would be? All y'all in school, or? Yeah, I'm the right way, but that's what America said should be the way.
Well, the most people that I know that got something, they went to school, so they took on something. They ain't just sitting.
Did you know that's a growing computer science? That's a growing industry right now.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the most highest paid guaranteed positions that you can get. Guaranteed now, because that's something you can do from your home, or you can go work for a firm and do that as well. Anybody? What about you? Man, I got all the networks. We just need something similar to that.
Some shirts, stop the violence, black on black crime, shit.
Let's do that.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Give me a number.
All right. You better do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Shaking hands, kissing baby.
There are high incarceration rates. People do not have jobs. hungry people, homeless people in a nearby community here in Richmond, yet the doors of the church behind me are closed. Now, the issue at hand is, why are they closed if the church is to be in the community?
Important here in this community in Richmond, period. There are at least 28,000 people here without a high school diploma. I had some students who went to Amazon to work during the Christmas holidays, and after the Christmas holidays were over, no jobs because they didn't have a high school diploma. So, one student graduated from our school, and she's back at work. They hired her back at work. They like, for everywhere you go, you gotta have a high school diploma. We are talking about training. The mayor is talking about training. These people need to be trained for jobs. But you can train them all you want. If they do not have a high school diploma, they are not gonna get a job. That's the honest truth. An employer wants to see high school diploma. Yes, the GED is fine, but they have made it so hard for these people to get a GED now. January 2014, you have to have a test online, and it's rigorous. So, even a high school diploma because they want to work. These people want to work, but they're embarrassed. Number one, they dropped out of school. Number two, that they're older. People from 25 to 65 years old do not have a high school diploma. They always wanted one, but they were embarrassed to come go get it. And they know that they didn't have the foundation for the GED program. It's been a long time. So how are you going to pass the GED?
Yeah.
So,
well, what type of, when people come into the Dream Academy, what type of people are, what's the general conversation to them that want education versus the one that you try to talk into getting an education?
The people who come into through those doors, they want their education.
Okay.
They've always wanted it, but they didn't know how to go about getting it. Some don't have the resources because they are on disability. Some are embarrassed that they did not get their high school diploma. They do not want their friends to know it. Also, some are telling people, I have my high school diploma, and they don't. And the employers are checking, and they can't produce one.
Ooh, very good.
So that's what's happening as well.
Well, for black people, can we be real? How important is it for the socioeconomically challenged black person to have?
It is so important because they need to be able to take care of themselves. They have their own place to live. They don't have places to live. They need the food. They need food. They need everything. So it's important that they get theirs in order to get a job. But it's the key to this thing about jobs. Yes, you can get an education, you get your high school diploma, but it takes more than just that high school diploma. We have to groom these people, prepare them for the workforce. You can get that high school diploma, but if you're not prepared to go out there in the workforce, working in the environment, the workforce environment, it's still going to be hard because of our attitudes. Okay.
Do you see a trend in attitudes when people come in the door
versus those that don't?
Right.
Okay, let me tell you the difference. The people who are coming through the door now, I want it. It's a different attitude. I know I got to get it. My attitude hasn't changed. What can I do to present myself and prepare myself to go to work?
Right.
So that's what they know. But versus that well, you can say a student who's 19 or 23, well, they're sitting there on mind that they're going to do what they want to do. They're in charge. So if you're in charge, you're not going to get, the employer's not looking for you.
Right.
They're looking for people who really want to work.
Who are trainable.
Yes, trainable. Exactly.